I will be creating some edge along the shorter side of the towel on both sides. Okay, so you need 2 yarns of your choice, and I decided to go with these 2 yarn. They're 100% acrylic. I'm using this to clip my tape measure onto my towel so it doesn't slip while I'm marking my increments. And you will need a Sharpie marker, okay? And I am using a 3.00 millimeter crochet needle to crochet my edge, and I will be using this 2.00 millimeter to punch my holes into my towel to begin my edge. Okay, so you're also gonna need a tape measure. I'm using the inch or inches side of my tape measure, okay? And we're gonna get started. So we're gonna get our tape measure. We're gonna turn to the inch side, and I am gonna put my tape measure beyond where the edge of the towel is. So see, so I'm gonna use this clip, which is my clip for my hair because I don't have another clip, marking the 1/2 inch and the inch space, because if you just mark the inch, then it's gonna be too wide for you to add your edge. So you just want to, let me pull that closer, so you're marking your inch and your 1/2 inch. Okay, so we're gonna continue like that. Okay, so we're all done. The next thing I'm gonna do is I am gonna poke some holes in this towel, putting a hole in the very first increment, okay, where your inch is. So the very first one, you have to put a hole and then a hole. Okay, so what I found was using a larger needle was quite more helpful than using a smaller needle to create the holes in my towel. So go ahead and use a larger needle. The smaller needle, the holes actually disappear. So it's better to use a larger needle. At least the holes are more visible and you can see them. Don't worry, when you do this and you wash your towel, everything will disappear. All the flaws will disappear. So don't worry about anything that's gonna show up right now. After you add your edging and you wash your towel, no one will know what took place. Okay, so we're just gonna keep going like that. We're adding the holes. Okay, so we're gonna begin. I don't know if you can see the holes. The needle, yes, okay, through our very first stitch, and we're gonna take our yarn, and I'm gonna gently pull the yarn through. Otherwise, you're gonna get part of the towel onto your yarn or through your needle, and you don't want that. So the very first one we have, we're gonna hang on to it at the top, pull it through, and I'm gonna make 2 chains. I'm gonna go into my next hole. I'm gonna pull it through, and I'm gonna make 2 chains, go in the next hole, pull it through. Sometimes it doesn't come through the way you want it, but be patient, be gentle. Okay, so once we pull it through, we're making 2 chains and we're going in the next hole. We just have to continue like that in each holes. And if you're trying and it's not working, go back in with your smaller needle and then your larger needle and go through the hole. Be gentle when you're pulling your yarn through, because it doesn't always come through. It does take a lot of patience to do this. We're gonna try again, and there we have it. And then 1 2 chains. Let's do this again because sometimes the hole closes up. We're just gonna do this as we go to make things easier. And there you go. You're gonna make 1, 2, 2 chains, poke another hole, smaller needle, larger needle, go in, and just keep going. So you're having something that looks like this. You're just gonna keep going. As you can see, it's not so difficult. You just need to be patient and use your small needle and your large needle, and take your time and pull your yarn through. And even if a piece of the towel comes off, don't worry, you can trim that up later. See, not difficult, is it? Sometimes your yarn won't come through very easily, but that's fine. Don't lose patience. Just be hopeful and keep going. And be sure you're using a washable marker. Make sure it's not permanent. Otherwise, you're gonna have some dots or black marks on your towel that you don't want. Okay, so we're gonna go into the last stitch, which is here at the end. Should I say the last mark at the end here? And we're gonna put our needle through. The end is like the most difficult thing ever, but we did it. Okay, so you'll have something that looks like this. Now we're gonna go on to the next round. What you're gonna do is you're gonna cut your yarn, but you're gonna make 2 chains because you want to tighten it to make sure it doesn't come loose, and you can crochet your other stitch. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna make 2 chains because you want to make sure it's tightly secured, and then you're gonna make 1, 2, 3 loops on your needle. 1, 2 chains, excuse me, and then again 1, 2, 3 loops. You're gonna pull them through, make a knot, 2, 3. You're making 3 chains, go in your next stitch, 1, 2, 3 chains, in your next stitch, 1, 2, 3 chains, and you're going in your next stitch. You're gonna pull 3 loops on your needle, pull them all through, 1, 2 chains, go back in and make 3 loops on your needle, pull it through, make 1, 2, 3 chains, go in your next stitch, 3 chains, go in your next stitch, and 1, 2, 3 chains in your next stitch, pull 3 loops on your needle, 2 chains, back in your ring, and you're gonna make another 3 loops, pull them, and 1, 2, 3 chains, go back in your next stitch, 1, 2, 3 chains in your next stitch, 1, 2, 3 chains, 1 loop, 2 loops, 3 loops, 2 chains in your stitch, 3 loops, pull 1, pull them through, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 chains in the same space, pull 3 on your loop, and 1, 2, 3 in the next space, 1, 2, 3 in the next space, 1, 2, 3, and pull 3 on your needle, 3 loops, 1, 2, 2 chains, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and we're going in here, pull 3 up on your needle, and 1, 2, 3, sorry, 2 rather, and then 3 on your needle, 3 loops, and then 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, and pull 3 loops up, and then make 2 chains because you don't want this to unravel because it's at the end or the edge. Tighten it, and when you're crocheting your next stitch, you can crochet over that, so you should have something in between that looks like this. The 2 chains. We're gonna go in with our pink or whichever color you decide to use, and we are gonna make a total of 1, 2, 3 chains, and then 6 double crochets. So we have 2, 4, 6. We need 1 more, and you're gonna take your needle out, pull your loop through, okay, and you're gonna clip that, and you're gonna make a total of 2 chains because you don't want this to unravel. Okay, remember you're gonna be washing this quite often, so I'm just gonna tuck this in through the back, and I'm gonna cut it with my needle, and as you can see, it's invisible. Okay, we're gonna take our pink again, and we're gonna go through where we had the 2 chain space, and we're gonna make another one. So 1, 2, and 3. Let me just cut that, and we're gonna make 6 double crochets in the space. We're gonna go into our next space, and we're gonna make a total of 1, 2, 3 chains, and then we're gonna make 6 double crochets in this space. Okay, so what you should have is 3 chains and 6 double crochets. We're gonna push our needle in the very first chain and through the first loop, and we're gonna pull it through. We're gonna make 1, 2 chains to secure it, and we're gonna pull the yarn through, and we are gonna tuck it in through the back. And then we're gonna cut it. Okay, so this is what it looks like, and we're gonna keep going like that. Take our pink yarn, and 1, and 2, and 3 chains. We're gonna go into the same space with 6 double crochets. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, and 7. Okay, you're gonna go into your first chain stitch, and my loop is coming out. Okay, and you're gonna pull it through, make 1, 2 chains, cut your yarn, pull it through, and you're gonna tuck it in through the back. And then you can just cut it. Okay, so you're starting to have flowers, or rosebuds rather. Rosebuds, let's get that right. Rosebuds, that's what we're accomplishing. There's a big difference. I mean, it's a flower, but rosebuds seem a bit different. Or seem more correct, I should say. Okay, so we're gonna make 3 chains and 6 double crochets. So we have 2, 4, 6, 7. We're gonna stop, push our needle through, and we're gonna pull our loop through. Okay, and we're gonna make a total of 1, 2 chains, cut our yarn, pull it through, and we're gonna go through the back of this stitch, and we're gonna pull the yarn through, and we're gonna clip this. Okay, so you have some roses. We're gonna keep going. Okay, so we're gonna do our last row. So I'm working from the bottom of my stem, and I'm making a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chains. I'm going in the back of my rows with a slip stitch, and then I'm gonna go in the next set of chains with a double crochet, 2 chains in the next chain with a double crochet, 2 chains in the next chains with another double crochet, and then back in the back of my rows with a slip stitch, and in the next stitch with a double crochet, 2 chains in the next stitch, double crochet, 2 chains in my next chain stitch, double crochet, 2 chains in the back of my rows, slip stitch, and in my next chain, double crochet, 2 chains in my next chain, double crochet. And this is not the easiest yarn to work with. It raffles a lot. Okay, and double crochet, and in our rosebud through the back, double crochet in our next chain, 2 chains, double crochet in our next chain, 2 chains, double crochet in our next chain, and we're going through the back of our rows with a slip stitch and double crochet, 2 chains, double crochet, 2 chains, and double crochet, 2 chains, and we're working in our chain space. So as you can see, it's looking like that. Pretty much like a field of green grass. And we're going in our next stitch, double crochet, 2 chains, double crochet, 2 chains, double crochet, and we're going in our next stitch with a slip stitch. So you have something that looks like this so far, and we're going in our next stitch, 2 chains, double crochet in our chain space, 2 chains, double crochet behind our rows with a slip stitch. In the next stitch, double crochet, 2 chains, double crochet, 2 chains, oops, easy, isn't it? It's not so difficult after all. So when you get to the last or the end of this, you're gonna go in where your rosebud leaf is, and you're done. Okay, are you ready to see what this looks like? Stay tuned so you can see this beautiful towel. A towel that was very boring and embellished with some crochet edging to give it a beautiful decorative look. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, leave me a comment, share my YouTube link and my playlist in my description, and keep watching Crochet Like Me for many more. Until next time, many blessings. Take care. Bye.